good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangout 923. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter. That's Durham's online community paper. Check it out at durhamskywriter.com. Now, with Bull City Hangout, I tell you what's happening today in Durham. Then you can click on that link on the Facebook side. Join me on camera to promote yourself, your business, hang out, shoot the breeze, tell jokes, whatever. I would invite that. So, let me just say real quick, I did mention my cousin yesterday, Julia Tapp. Happy birthday. Her brother founded the Chicken Hut. She turned 97 yesterday. We had such a good time at our house yesterday. Yes, good times. Okay, so let me get started by grabbing a couple of items from the current issue of the Durham Skywriter and telling you what's happening. Let's go to the word page. That is the nonprofit and government information page. Let's see. I'll just mention casually that there are city and county programs that are very, very helpful. So check them out at your convenience by going to durhamskywriter.com. Scroll down or click on the word page and then scroll down and you'll see the different city and county programs. The dogs are howling. I don't know if you can hear that. Kind of spooky. Anyway, let me continue. I want to respect your time. The libraries are all open until 6 today. That does include Bragtown. As you know, Stanford L. Warren is closed right now for repairs, extensive repairs, and they'll be open in the next, I think, couple of months. So for more information, just stay tuned for that. Okay, let's see what's on the docket for Durham Tech, their small business center. I have gone ahead and listed small business center workshops from across the state because they're so interesting. They're all free. They're for entrepreneurs, or people who want to be entrepreneurs. So let's see. Today's what, Thursday? Let me see. Oh, this is interesting. From 6 until 7, Enhancing Your Agribusiness series. Farm business laws and regulations. Again, it's going to be from 6 until 7. Also tonight from 6 until 7:30, the Black Business Momentum. They're going to focus on video marketing for beginners. Again, that's from 6 until 7:30. You just have to sign up online in advance, and then you'll get the link, and then you can attend for free. Also this evening from 6 until 7:30, Federal Contracting and How to Market Your Small Business to the Federal Government. That sounds really interesting. So let me know if you've ever attended any of these workshops and if they've ever helped you, because I've been helped in a great way. I like to attend workshops that deal with like social media marketing, that sort of thing, like Canva, TikTok, etc. All righty, let's scroll down to see what's happening with SCORE, the Service Corps of Retired Executives. They offer free mentorship and also free workshops. So let's see what they're offering today. Let's see. Okay, from 1 until 2 this afternoon, how retailers can capitalize on evolving consumer behavior with payment, fulfillment models, and more. That's a mouthful. That's this afternoon. It's free, it's online, and from 1 until 2 o'clock this afternoon. All right, let's go to the health page, to your health. Let's see what's happening. I do have your COVID-19 test and vaccine update, so check it out at your convenience. Also, Go Durham and Go Triangle, just to let you know, they offer free rides to and from your appointment for vaccination, so you can read about that as well. That particular item is on the word page. I should copy that and put that on the health page as well. I will make sure to do that. Now, it's not too early to sign up for this. This is happening tomorrow. The Duke Cancer Institute, they're hosting a webinar, and it is called Ovarian Cancer, Signs and Symptoms, Early Detection and Treatment Overview. It's going to be tomorrow from 6:30 until 7:30. Now, to me, the best reason to attend is to learn the early symptoms. The reason being, there's no screening test for ovarian cancer. And as you know, that's a tough cancer to deal with. All cancers are tough to deal with, but ovarian, I've just heard that's really, really tough. So again, because there's no screening test, I guess it's really important to know what's happening with ovarian cancer, how to spot it early and take care of it early. All righty. What else is on the health page? Let's see. Oh, the American Red Cross, they're having a blood drive. So let's see. They definitely need help because not as many people are out and about donating blood. So let's see. So today just started, lasting until 4. They're having a blood drive at Doubletree at Meridian Corporate Park, and that's off of Highway 55. Also, tomorrow, starting at 11, an all-day thing from 11 until 5, the American Red Cross are going to have a blood drive at the streets at South Point. All right. So if you can help, I know they really appreciate that. So let's click on the big blue button at the top of the health page to learn about the different support groups. That is called the Health Events button. So let's see. Let me scroll down to September 23rd. Let's see. There it is. So today from 6:30 until 7:30, there's going to be a free online meetup. It's called the Teen Oncology Meetup. This is for young people ages 15 to 17 who have cancer. This is a good way for them to hang out, maybe even ask questions of each other, and just enjoy themselves online with someone who understands what they're going through. So that's the Teen Oncology Meetup from 6:30 until 7:30. The link, everything that you need to sign up and to attend is right there. You go to the health page, then you click on the big blue health events button at the top of the page. Also, later today from 6:30 until 8, the Duke Dementia Evening Care Partner Support Group will be meeting from 6:30 until 8. It's online, it's free, and this is where you can get really good tips on caring for loved ones who have dementia or Alzheimer's. So you will be talking to other caregivers. You can ask questions, share your tips. I know they'd appreciate that. So go ahead and sign up for that. Again, it's from 6:30 until 8. The link is right there on the health events page. All right, let's now go to the legal page, legalese. I have your early voting information, the different places where you can do your one-stop early voting. There's 5 places this year. I'll just mention them real quick. The Durham County Main Library. And while you're voting at the library, go ahead and take the tour. Go ahead and walk around because it is fabulous. The new library, top notch. I love it. Also, places where that are offering one-stop early voting: the North Regional Library, the East Regional Library, and the South Regional Library. Also, NCCU, North Carolina Central University's Turner Law Building. And they do have parking. They have a lot right there on Nelson Street. So go ahead and vote early if you'd like to do that. And let's see. Oh, I think the city council meets today. Yeah. Yes, there's going to be a work session of the Durham City Council folks. They're going to be meeting from 1 until 5 this afternoon, and you can watch different ways you can watch listed right there on the legalese page. All righty. Legal Aid NC. Let's see what's going on with them. I think they're having a workshop today. There it is. Legal Aid NC has these free workshops. They're great. So today, the title is Tenant Rights Webinar. That's going to be this afternoon from 2:30 until 4:30. This is all about different tenant issues, including evictions, et cetera, emergency rent assistance. Learn all about these different programs, ask questions. It's on Zoom. This is a free meeting, so definitely check it out if you have things you want to talk about as a tenant or as a landlord, because they need to know what's happening too. Now, tomorrow is Friday, and let me scroll up. That means Free Forum Friday, Legal Aid of North Carolina. They have these meetings every Friday from 11 until noon. They're free and on Zoom. So you can ask questions. Sometimes they're covering a topic that they want you to know about. Sometimes they open it up and let you ask questions of a general nature. So that's tomorrow online from 11 until noon. Now let's go to the Let's Go page, the last page that we'll visit. That is the calendar of events page. Let's see what's new. Let's see. Thursday. Yes, New Visions of Africa restaurant. They'll be giving away free meals from 3 until 6 this afternoon. They're right next door to W.D. Hill on Fayetteville Street. Also, The fall open house is today and today is the first day of fall, I believe. The Piedmont Wildlife Center, in partnership with Durham Parks and Recreation, they're hosting their fall open house. They're south. They're at 364 Lee Farm Road. I think that's near. I think it's off of Highway 54. I've been there. I'm pretty sure it's off of Highway 54. I've only been there once. Anyway, they invite you to explore the area, make s'mores. They're going to have a campfire, join the scavenger hunt. That's a great way to explore the different areas of the park. Also, you can see local animals up close and listen to some really great stories. It's an outdoor event. However, they do insist that you bring your mask, especially if you'll be standing next to people, making the s'mores, etc. They just want to keep everybody safe, so have your mask on hand. It's a free event. You do need to get a ticket online, though, and I do have the link for you. And if you would like to make a donation, they would welcome that. That helps to feed the animals. Oh, Roxanne is here. Okay, be right with you, Roxanne. She's waiting in the wings. Awesome. Let's see, also happening this evening is the Durham Night Market. They've been doing this for a bit now. This is at the American Tobacco campus. You can park. Well, actually, I do have parking instructions in the post. Let me just keep this short. But the Durham Night Market is from 5 until 9. And this is where you can walk around, enjoy everything, shop from the vendors. They're going to have, let's see, this is a family and dog-friendly outdoor event. And they're going to have 3 dozen plus vendors. So we're talking about some really fun shopping. You don't have to shop. You can just enjoy yourself and buy food from the food trucks. You might want to bring your lawn chair if you're going to hang out. This is going to be in like the grassy area where they have the Christmas tree celebration. So also they're going to, so take your kids because they're going to have the Paper and Stars Studios Children's Market. So they're going to have crafts and kid-centered events, etc. Free admission. So again, this is from 5 until 9, a really fun event. So it's the Durham Art Market at the American Tobacco campus. And I do have 2 places where you can park. I wonder if parking is free. Good question. I will find out if parking is free, and I will go ahead and add that to the post. I'll definitely do that. Oh, Jackie's posting. Let's see. Thank you, Jackie. Jackie is saying that the first day of fall was yesterday. I kind of thought so. I asked the question yesterday. Ends on December 25th. Okay. Thank you. And Jackie wants to know what motivated me to start the Durham Skywriter. Oh my God. Long story short, I started in media in Chicago because I moved back to my old neighborhood, which by then had become a low-income neighborhood. I wanted to be a homeowner. I discovered that the people there didn't know what was happening, really needed information. So I started a one-sheet newsletter, and it continued to grow as I continued to get better with what I was doing. When I moved here to Durham to care for my aunt who had Alzheimer's, I decided Durham needs a cute little newspaper that's just full of information. So I started the Durham Skywriter. It looks exactly like my Chicago paper. If you have ever seen the South Side Scoop in Chicago, it looks exactly like the Durham Skywriter. So that's how I got started. So let's see. So she's saying the mayor wrote on his page, the turnout is low. Turnout of what? Let me know what you mean, Jackie. But anyway, I decided to do the Skywriter here in Durham because I thought we needed a nice place to go for quick information and also interviews, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, let me continue. And thanks for the question. Let's see what else is happening today. NC Raise Up is having their online mass meeting. That's going to be tonight from 6 until 7. This is for low wage and essential workers. These are the people who are fighting for the $15 an hour minimum wage. So you might want to check them out and connect with them if you're a low wage worker. Also, Action NC and RAGE. RAGE stands for Race and Gender Equity. They're holding, it's called the Maternal Health Town Hall meeting. So this is like it's It's not on Zoom. From what I understand, this is a call-in meeting, so you call in with a phone number. I need to find out how that works, but this is going to be this evening starting at 6:30. They'll be talking about recent bills that were introduced in Raleigh and Washington, D.C., also the American Rescue Act, the American Jobs Act, and the American Families Act. The emphasis is going to be on Black maternal health, but I can't imagine that they wouldn't want everybody who's interested to join in. So there you go. Oh, Jackie's saying something else. Okay. Oh, low for voting. Okay. And she's saying some people with college degrees don't make $15. I know that. I definitely know that because, yeah, when I was in Chicago, I don't need to go on. I'm just going to say, I know what you're saying. Okay. Also this evening, Woolies Big Blues Jam from 6:30 until 10. This sounds like a really fun night because it's free admission. If you can play the blues, you can join in. Dancing is encouraged, so you might want to head over to the House Restaurant from 6:30 until 10. Sounds like a good time. Marva's Fun, as always, she has her wonderful free online Stay Well virtual line dance class. That's from 7 until 8. It's free and on Zoom. Also, something called Jazzoetry for Alice and John Coltrane. Now, if you're into jazz and spoken word, this is for you. It's going to be held, and correct me if I say this wrong, it looks like CP as, but it is it's called the GP as or GPAZZ Live Music Hall. It's on Hunt Street, right down the street from the Senior Center and the LGBTQ Center. It's on that same block. So spoken word and jazz featuring Brian Horton, Shaquem Muldrow, Daryl Stover, and more. Tickets are $20. You can get them on Eventbrite. I have the link for you, and then you can just show up and attend. It's going to be from 7 until 11:30 this evening. Sounds like a wonderful, wonderful night. Now, a couple of things tomorrow morning. Salvation Army of Durham, they're going to have Free Food Friday, as they always do, from 10:30 until 11:30, where they give away food, sometimes hygiene items, sometimes even pet food if they have it. Now, bring a strong bag, by the way, and if you can volunteer, they would love that. Raise Up, the NC Poor People's Campaign and Carolina Jews for Justice. They're partnering to hold the Fed Up Political Food Distribution, which is a food giveaway, grocery giveaway tomorrow over there by the Scrap Exchange in the Lakewood Shopping Center tomorrow, 11 until 1. So if you're driving, just pop open the trunk or your back door and they'll slide in a food box or two. Also, if you're on the bus, the number 10 serves that area. Be sure to have a rollaway, what do you call those grocery carts if you can. If you're in the neighborhood walking, there's a lot of apartments in the area. Just know you might want to have one of those rolling carts. And again, the number 10 bus serves the area. And I need to mention this. The city's Neighborhood Improvement Services Department, they're hosting Our Community Stories. That's a good way to find out about the different Black communities here in Durham. So the focus tomorrow, starting at noon, from noon until 1, it's online. It's called Our Community Stories, Durham College. That should be really interesting. So find out about that by going to the Let's Go page, get that link, and attend. You will enjoy that. The weather, very quickly, it is 72 and sunny. It's going to be sunny all day with a high of 74. Tomorrow is going to be 75 and sunny. And why only Black? Wait. Okay, wait a minute. Well, like I said, they probably wouldn't, they're not going to turn away white people, I'm sure. But let's see, you're talking about the women's health event. Sometimes people get grants to help special for certain populations, and then they put on programming to help those populations who sometimes get ignored by mainstream media, or maybe sometimes the information is different for certain populations, and that's why grants are given. I'm assuming this is a grant program, because that's very often when they have something that's especially for Hispanic people, Black people, or whatever. And that's why. I mean, it's not about the neighborhood. Wait. Oh, the neighborhood thing. Okay. You're talking about again, that might be a grant program. Sometimes, again, when you're learning the history, like for example, when you learn about Chicago's history, you never learn that it was founded by a Black man, a Haitian man, unless you're Black and your teachers happen to tell you about that. So that might be what's happening with the neighborhood program as well. That might be a grant program. So there you go. Gotcha. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes the history, like I said about the health program, sometimes people of color or different faiths or communities or whatever, sometimes they just don't get the information or they're left out of the history. And so they seek funds or seek ways to reach those people, to include them, make sure they're not left out. All right. It's definitely nothing against other folks or white folks or majority population or whatever. It's definitely nothing against them at all. Sometimes you just want to be included in the story. All righty. It looks like Roxanne, thank you for waiting. Roxanne is still here. So let's see what's happening with Roxanne Davenport.
Okay. Hey.
Hey, Roxanne, what is new?
Well, when I talked to you about mentioning us, the association, and Duke getting a hold of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And tell us who you represent so we'll know.
Oh, the Epilepsy Association of North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And not many people, I mean, a few counties here and there all across the state, but not, huge. We're not, we, our fundraisers bring in enough money to pay for what we spent to do the fundraiser.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but obviously you need more to help people with epilepsy for sure.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of having the fundraiser.
The way you were talking about mentioning the different, Hispanic and Black and white,
mm-hmm.
We're wanting to reach everybody with epilepsy, about epilepsy. Mm-hmm. So I've always wondered if, mentioning it like that would be mean or against what y'all believe. We've talked about this before.
In terms of epilepsy, I guess it depends. Like for example, do you mean the programs I just mentioned, or are you trying to relate it to your epilepsy program?
No. I'm trying to relate it to race. We've talked about this before, and we can't reach Hispanics. And Tony, the president, the one above, went and talked to a Black church, and I don't mean that. Everything I say, I don't mean like I'm, a racist or
don't
whatever.
Feel bad. You might be. I know there are a lot of white people who feel when you mention race, that's racist. That's not true. So don't feel sensitive. You can say Black, Hispanic, whatever. That doesn't mean you're being racist. That just means I know who you're talking about. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you. I know we had a long discussion about this one time, and it just opened my eyes, but anyway, nobody wanted to sign up or anything for coming to a meeting or listen to anybody talk from the association. So how
you mean from the Black community or from the Latino community?
Either one.
Okay. Because I know for sure I shouldn't say for sure, but coming from Chicago, real diverse, very often I know the Hispanic / Latino people sometimes don't show up because they don't know if it's going to be in their language or if there's going to be translations for them. Sometimes they'd rather prefer to get information in their language so they can understand it and help their kids or whatever. Also, a lot of really our new immigrants happen to be, at least in great numbers, Hispanic, and I would also say Muslim, although they're usually totally ignored. Very often they feel shy about, being around a whole bunch of people who they don't know or aren't from their culture. And I'm saying definitely, I know that. I shouldn't say that for sure that's how they feel, but I know that a lot of Black people still feel that way, unless and that's why people seek sometimes funding to reach them in their own communities, speaking their own language or whatever, because sometimes they just don't feel comfortable or they don't feel included.
Yeah.
So sometimes people just say, well, we're going to have a meeting for example, the Durham Police Department just had a special meeting for Hispanic people a couple months ago. And it was in Spanish. And they're explaining about victim services and, this and that,
Okay.
And it was just for them. And I thought that was good because a lot of people, and being someone who's not from Durham, I actually feel that the police department should do a lot more outreach just because half of us aren't from North Carolina. And what could be deemed a crime in Chicago might be not considered a crime here in terms of misdemeanors and whatnot. I mean, people need to reach out just because.
Yeah, we've tried, but
I think you should keep trying. But my thing is, it could be that your name needs to get out more. Also, epilepsy needs to be defined because unless you know someone with epilepsy, it's really not easy to picture what the heck it is.
Yeah.
And
That's why we want to reach out.
Yeah, there's the stereotype of people falling on the floor, and an epileptic seizure could be something as, I'm going to say simple, but
me
staring into space. I'm sorry, go ahead, because you were going to say about yourself.
Like me, like I don't have 30 in a day, or one of our kids that is in our group can have a horrible day and have 30. And theirs is really bad, but mine, I might have 2 in a day where they're only 30 seconds long. So when I get mad about having mine, I have to stop and think about the kids that have that many and say, well, thank you, Lord, that I don't have those. I
don't even know if they use these phrases anymore, but I remember the big ones were called grand mal seizures and petite mal. I don't even know if they use those phrases anymore.
I still call mine, it's complex partial petite mals.
Okay. But because see, I think you need to do 2 things. I think you need to define epilepsy, because people, remember I was telling you, I saw a mom in my old neighborhood, a low-income area, and I'm pointing out low income because sometimes the information's lacking. Her kid was coughing in the same way that my niece used to cough when she was a little kid. And I walked up to her because when my niece would cough, and you run up with the breathalyzer thing. And I noticed that the mom didn't respond that way. And I was like, she might not even realize her kid probably has asthma. And so I asked her, I walked up to her and I said, my niece has that same cough. Do you think your kid has asthma? And she said, I don't know. Because asthma, in the movies, asthma is very dramatic, like it is, like the way epilepsy is depicted. So I think you need to do two things. I think you need to get out into the public the various ways that epilepsy is experienced. Because sometimes I'll bet you there's a mom or dad out there whose kid stares into space with the small seizure and
Yeah.
thinks that they're ignoring them or acting up.
That's why, yeah, really want to explain everything and talk to them and have
Now I'm talking about
kids.
social media campaigns illustrating the different or describing the different ways that epilepsy. In other words, does your kid ever stare into space for no reason? You need to find out if your child has epilepsy. Stuff like that. You really need to do that, because I'll bet you there's a lot of people who have epilepsy whose parents or who they might not. They probably wonder, why do I always feel weird when I see flashing lights in a TV show? They might not realize it's setting off their epilepsy. So I would highly suggest that you have some social media programs, and also go ahead, and if the Black people or the Latino people aren't showing up for your programs, see if you can go to them, to their community. I'm assuming that there's Black communities, like segregated communities where I guess, and get a Hispanic doctor or social worker or whoever does this work, and meet the Hispanic people in their area.
I could take my mom. My mom speaks fluent Spanish, and it wasn't. She wasn't taught in school, so she knows.
She speaks real
what
Spanish.
They say. Yeah, like
okay,
like what the things different in the South mean from the North. Like living in Texas before we came back home to North Carolina when I was 7. This is where my mom and dad grew up. My grandma said, "Will you get that for me? It's over yonder." And I had never heard yonder. And I looked at Mama. I said, "Mama, where's yonder?"
Where is yonder? Oh my God!
I know.
A Chicagoan friend of mine was driving somewhere and was in West Virginia and asked for direction. They said it's over yonder way. Yonder way is a word in West Virginia.
Okay. Way. Yeah. It's but she speaks the kind of Spanish that will, I guess, not be the proper kind or whatever. It's like,
as long as it's Spanish, I'm sure Spanish-speaking people understand it. There's such a wide variety of English, and we all understand each other pretty much. But I highly suggest that, because epilepsy should just be discussed more. So your association needs a social media campaign.
I am going to do a podcast.
Excellent.
Believe it or not. So I'm working on it. But and trying still, gosh, Sam's Law didn't pass again this year.
Oh,
the one where the teachers need to know what passed in the House, didn't in the Senate. Ask me why not.
And that's for the teachers to learn about epilepsy so they can help with their kids.
Because if they see something that's questionable for a kid, and the parents might just think they're not paying attention in class, but they could be staring off and having a seizure, like when I just stare.
I can't believe it didn't pass in the House. That's so weird.
I know.
Obviously, more education is needed. So you guys have your work cut out for you. If there's any way I can help you, let me know. Because after all, it's a
Well,
statewide association, right?
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And well, I am going to interview Lowell Evans, and he won 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗧 award
Mm.
for education
There
because
you
of
go.
everywhere he has traveled now, and
Mm-hmm.
well, he's black,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I mean, I don't care. That's fine. I mean, he's just
Mm-hmm.
everything that he has done,
Yeah.
speaking, and wrote a book. So we'll talk about his book that he
Mm-hmm.
wrote about learning. You know, he just happened to have epilepsy, and so yeah. If you don't mind, I'll give you the date, and
Ooh,
when we
yeah,
can get together and just spread the word so people can watch.
definitely.
And
And don't
I'm a
feel embarrassed about pointedly adding his picture to your social media messaging about his
oh yeah.
appearance on your podcast, because people who are hesitating, who might be people of color, they might say, "Oh, I have to check this out." You know,
I'm gonna
is
put
that?
pictures, yeah, of him of what he's done throughout
Mm-hmm.
Florida. He's from Virginia, and
Mm-hmm.
he's over they have an epilepsy foundation up there, so he's over it. But he
Okay.
helps with us, even though we're an association because there's not a foundation
Mm-hmm.
here.
Okay.
So he
Yeah, well,
really
keep me
helps.
posted with
He's one of
that.
my friends.
Yeah.
He's,
Okay.
so yeah,
Cool.
and
Very cool. So, do you know when that's going to be, or has the date been set yet for your
not
podcast,
yet,
that particular
because
one?
he had to travel and speak somewhere else.
Mm. Okay.
But he told me, he said, "Yeah, I got a surprise for you." I'm like,
Mhm.
okay. The only thing I can think of is he's wrote another book, but I don't know.
Mhm. Well, like I said, just keep me posted so that I can promote it. And anyone else who's watching can pop in as well right now, because I'm about to leave and get back to work. But in fact, I have a class to attend at 2. I have to get ready for that. But I do want you to know that with this show, Bull City Hangout, I can accommodate 9 guests. So if you ever see someone on camera and you're like, "Oh shoot, I wanted to talk today," you can still talk. Because I just bring you on. We'll just have a party. So
That's nice.
so So Roxanne, yeah. So keep me posted,
Yeah,
because
okay.
epilepsy is something that affects all cities and towns and villages.
Yeah.
I suppose there's got to be someone in each town probably who's affected
There's
by epilepsy. Yeah.
1,500 kids, just kids,
Hmm.
that have seizures in North Carolina,
Wow.
just in North
Oh,
Carolina.
oh, and just whoa, and just North
Yeah,
Carolina.
just North
Gee.
Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I'll bet you there's some kids out there who are having the small seizures where they're staring, and the parents are thinking, or that they're being, how can I put it? Kids who put you to the test.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're acting up in
Just
a
not paying
subtle way.
attention or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they might not even realize. As far as the flashing light, I do know that there was a TV show in Japan. And after this show that had flashing lights affected some kids, they started putting the announcements,
Hmm.
warning the show will, we're going to have flashing lights in, the next
Yeah.
scene or whatever. So does that force you to stare and, or fall
So
out or
it
what?
it depends on how fast the light is.
Mm-hmm.
What the how much of seconds of a break between the flashing. But have you seen The Incredibles 2?
No. Not yet.
That little cartoon. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the first one, not the second one.
Oh, I just had to put my head down and do this.
Oh wow, was
And
that bad?
yes. And my daughter said it gave her a headache.
Wow. Maybe I
So
shouldn't. Wow. Well, I don't have epilepsy. I guess I'll be okay. But wow,
mhm.
wow. Yeah, did they have the warning flashing lights?
Yeah,
Because
they
that's
did.
Disney, isn't it? Pixar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Disney.
Hmm.
They didn't. I don't think they put it on the movie, but they had the theaters that showed it posted.
Oh, I don't know if you're aware, Roxanne. Now, I know that they had people with autism in mind, but the North Carolina State Fair announced that this year they're going to have a special day for people with sensory sensitivities. And that does
Oh,
include people with autism. It might include people with epilepsy as well, because they might not have those. Because I know some of the rides have the bright flashing lights.
oh yeah.
So I'll
So they
bet
won't
they'll
show that.
So I'll bet they'll turn those off for that special day. I can find out for you, but they're going to have a special day for people with sensory issues.
The one closest here or the state fair?
But the state
The
fair in
the
Raleigh, the big
the
one,
state fair.
yeah.
Okay.
And also, I need to put it in the Skywriter. But this year, when you enter the state fair, everybody carrying a bag, because I always have my backpack, because I always have my microphone and my
Yeah.
tripod.
Yeah.
Clear bags only. Clear.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you've heard that
I,
already.
I wondered when it was going to turn to that.
Oh, did you? Why?
Yeah, I just thought, I wondered because instead of having them go through one of those, like at the airport where
Metal
they could
detector
check what you
thing.
got,
Yeah.
I wondered when it would be a clear bag to
Really? Well,
have to
you're
worry about
smart
that.
because they're going to start it this year. Now, the last time that I went to the state fair, I didn't stay long. I felt very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable, because it seems that just about every other person had on a Trump hat or Trump memorabilia,
Mm,
and they looked really sketchy and kind of.
mm,
I just felt this aggression in the air, you know.
oh,
So I felt kind of unwelcome. So I'm not surprised that the clear bags are, they're going to ask about that, because,
mm.
or insist on that, because I wouldn't be surprised if some of those people were armed. It just didn't feel right. I didn't stay long at all. I didn't even bother to take pictures. I just went back on home because I sensed trouble.
It I just can't
Just,
believe some people.
I don't know. And just to
Yeah.
let you know, in case you do want to go and you're going to be having snacks for the children in your bag and whatnot, I actually went ahead and bought ordered a clear backpack from Amazon. You can get them for as cheap as
Oh, a
like
backpack.
$50. Yeah,
You
they have clear backpacks on Amazon. So I
I
ordered one.
actually got a clear one as a when they do the free gifts for makeup.
Clever.
I got a clear bag that way.
Okay. Whoa, Roxanne just disappeared. Oh no, I wonder if she has an internet problem. Roxanne, come back. Uh-oh. She does not live in a gigantic city, so I think she might be having an internet problem. Darn. Let's wait just a few more minutes. So let me give you the weather report. Again, it is 72 and sunny. It's going up to, oh, that's it. Okay. Well, she can drop by anytime. You can drop by anytime as well. I might as well finish. It's going up to 74. It's going to be sunny all day today. Tomorrow is going to be 75 and sunny. So I'm just going to leave, and I'll probably talk to Roxanne over the phone for more information. But anyway, you have a beautiful day. Share this out if you don't mind, so that more people can know what's happening today in Durham. And I will say goodbye to Roxanne. I'm sorry she had to leave because of her internet problems. Also, I want to thank Jackie for dropping by and saying hello. all of you who dropped by. I love to have an audience. I love to share this information. I also love it when people drop by and try their hand being on camera. It's a great way to do so. So I will see you tomorrow at noon for Bull City Hangout. Ciao for now.